screen, and it's just an overview. Just an overview of what we've covered in A2. Okay, so just give me a minute. Morning, Daniel.
Yeah, good morning.
So let's wait for something to be sorted out. I need to share my screen, but I can't be able to do that at the moment. So just give me like around 2 minutes for that to be sorted out. So yeah, basically what we are going to revise some topics that we did not get in A1, and then we'll continue with the A2 topics. It's just going to be an interactive session. So please feel free to stop me at any point. Feel free to ask any question. We need to participate. Okay, so it's just not me talking all the time for 2 hours, but it needs to be an interactive session. Okay, so what is a verb? Okay, I'm able to share my screen now. Okay. Yes. So here we have just something on A2. Okay. Yeah. So here, basically, what is expected of you is that once you finish this, you can be able to understand sentences and commonly used expression associated with the topics directly related to your direct circumstances, e.g. personal information or information about your family, shopping, work, or immediate surroundings. And you can make yourself understood in simple routine situations dealing with a simple and direct exchange of information on familiar and common topics. And you can also describe your background and education and your immediate surroundings and other things associated with immediate needs in a simple way. Okay, so that is what is expected of you as of now. So we should be able to talk about give personal information, information about your family, information about shopping, information about work, information about um, routine situations, and just have a conversation around this. Okay, so if we are to introduce ourselves in German, okay, who would like to go first? Farouk, you want to go first? Okay, just give me a minute. Coming back.
Okay.
Can you all hear me? Dennis, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, just give me a minute because I can't hear you from my end. I don't know what's happening. Dennis, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I can hear you now. Isha, can you hear me? Okay, I can hear you now. Farouk, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because I couldn't hear anyone. But yeah, but that's sorted out now. I think we can go ahead. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. So we're talking about what I was saying is that we introduce ourselves in German and we say something about ourselves. Who wants to go first? Dennis, you want to go first?
Okay. My name is Dennis Low. Ich komme aus Kenia. Ich wohne in Nairobi. Mein Beruf ist IT Specialist. Und ich bin ein Student. Ja.
Okay, vielen Dank. Pesha, you want to go next?
Okay. Ich heiße Esha Abdullah. Ich bin 31 Jahre alt. Ich komme aus Mombasa. Im Moment wohne ich in Nairobi mit meinem Bruder. Ich arbeite in einer Bank. Ich bin Buchhalterin von Beruf. Meine Hobbys sind Tanzen und Kochen.
Okay, vielen Dank. Farouk?
Hallo.
Hallo.
Mein Name ist Farouk Omar, bin 29 Jahre alt und komme aus Kenia. Ich bin in Mombasa geboren, aber ich lebe jetzt schon 4 Jahre in Nairobi. Ich bin Chemieingenieur von Beruf. Meine Hobbys sind Computerspiele spielen und Fußball spielen.
Okay, vielen Dank. Ja, und so, ich habe normalerweise sagen wir, ich arbeite bei. So you'd say, instead of saying, ich arbeite in, ich arbeite in ein Bank, ich say, ich arbeite bei einem Bank. Ja, ich arbeite bei einem Bank.
Danke.
Okay, okay, ja, gerne. So, und dann Dennis, ja, du kannst sagen, ich bin IT-Specialist. Ja. Ja, das geht auch. Okay, so that's basically what you'd say. Or you'd say beruflich bin ich. So here you just say beruflich. So beruflich just comes from the word Beruf. Okay, danke. Dann can give us a sentence using the word lesson. Farouk?
Ich möchte lesen,
Okay, ich
aber
möchte lesen. Okay.
ich lese nicht gern.
Okay, ja, aber ich lese nicht gern. Okay, vielen Dank. Esha?
Ja,
Lesen.
a moment, let me collect my sentence.
Okay. Okay, Dennis, if you're ready, you can go next.
Okay. Ich möchte die Zeitung lesen.
Okay. Ich möchte die Zeitung, okay, it's listen. Okay, listen. Ja, lesen. Ich möchte die Zeitung lesen. Okay, vielen Dank. Okay, Asha. Is the sentence ready?
I'm not sure if it is okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's okay. Just say it.
Ich möchte lesen.
Ja, ich möchte
Oder
lesen.
ich möchte.
Ja, okay. Ja, ich möchte lesen. Okay. Yeah. And who can give us a sentence using the word heute? Dennis? Is the word heute in a sentence?
Heute ist mein Geburtstag.
Heute ist mein Geburtstag. Okay, vielen Dank. Farouk, give us a sentence using, you know the word Teilnehmer?
Wie bitte?
Kannst du Teilnehmer?
Das ist die Wort.
Ja. Kannst du dieses Wort Teilnehmer, also auf Englisch Participant.
Teilnehmer. Also der Teilnehmer von dieser Unterricht ist nicht da.
Okay, so, ja, das ist ein Teilnehmer von dieser Unterricht ist nicht da. Okay, ja. Okay, vielen Dank. Und dann war da besuchen.
The word is besuchen.
Ja, besuchen. You know what besuchen is?
I've forgotten.
Okay.
I've
To
heard
visit.
of the word. Yes? To
Mhm.
visit. Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah, to visit.
Ich habe meine Eltern besuchen.
Okay. Ich habe meine Eltern besuchen. Also ja, normalerweise sagen wir, ich besuche meine Eltern.
Ich besuche meine Eltern.
Ich besuche meine Eltern. Okay, ich habe meine Eltern besuchen. Is also correct. So what is the difference between the two sentences? Ich besuche meine Eltern. Ich habe meine Eltern besuchen.
The one I constructed had two verbs. So one of the verbs has to be conjugated and the other one is supposed to stay the way it is. And then it goes at the end of the sentence.
Okay. And ich besuche meine Eltern.
It is small. Alaikum salam. Sorry. Ich besuche meine Eltern. I visit my parents. There's one verb, so it has to be conjugated.
Okay, yeah, this one verb just to be conjugated. Okay. Yes, the conjugation is correct. So the other difference is that one of them is in the present tense, and the other one is in the perfect. So like that's something that you have already done. So the one that has two verbs, that is an action that has already passed, but the other one is in the present tense. Or what you can call either it's something that you're about to do. So ich besuche meine Eltern oder heute happened. Ich besuche meine Eltern oder besuche ich meine Eltern. So I will visit my parents today in the evening. So it's an action which you are yet to perform, but you will perform it. So you'd still say, you'd still use the present tense. So ich besuche meine Eltern. But if it's an action that you did yesterday then, or over the weekend, then you'd say, ich habe meine Eltern besuchen. Okay, then yeah. So so here the next slide is just the different levels of German and what is expected of you. So A1, which you've already done, that is basically the introduction of the language, which is just basically what you'd say elementary. So that is the breakthrough of the wastage. So A2 is the wastage. So all these falls under elementary or elementar of Deutsch. So also A2 is divided into 1 and 2. So it's A2-1 and A2-2. And then as you go further, B1-1, B1-2, B2-2, and B2-2, B2-1 and B2-2. So that this is the place where you're expected to be selbstständig. That is, yeah, you're supposed to understand and be, because it's selbstständig of English, to use your language by yourself, to support yourself, you're able to handle different levels of the languages by yourself. But then when you reach the C1, you're supposed to be competent in the language. which, as I was saying yesterday, you're supposed to be fluent. So the fluency of the language, when you reach C1, C2, you have the mastery of the language. Okay, then we go to, so the main topics that we cover in C2, introducing yourself, which you already have done. Professions and activities, telling about the past, which Aisha already did. Talk about school, about training, about daily schedule, leisure activities, purchasing and spending money. Okay, and what's around money. So here we'll also talk about much more, not just about what is money of Deutsch. Farouk, money of Deutsch.
Das Geld.
Okay, yeah, das Geld. Okay, vielen Dank. Yeah, so here we talk about das Geld, and we talk about words that you can use with money when you talk about money. Who can give us one word? Which other words can you use around money? Dennis, any word that can use around money?
Zahlen.
Okay, Zahlen. Okay, this is Zahlen. Yeah, did you say Zahlen or Bezahlen?
Zahlen.
Okay, Zahlen. Esha, any word you can use around money?
The ATM, automatic
Okay.
geld.
Yeah, automatic geld. Okay. And what is it der, die oder das?
Das.
Okay, it's das. Esha, what do you think?
I will have picked there.
Okay, you pick there. Okay. Okay, then any other word that you can use around money? What is to go shopping? Or to shop?
Einkaufen.
Okay, einkaufen. And if I want to say I'm going shopping, that is to go. Dennis?
Gehen.
Gehen. Okay, so Farouk, you're saying something?
Yeah, we can let Dennis try.
Yeah, just try. Farouk does. So I'm going shopping.
In a sentence, Sama. A sentence.
Yes. No, just I'm going shopping. Say that in German. Yeah, translate that in German.
Ich bin gehe einkaufen.
Okay, ich bin gehe einkaufen. Esha?
Ich gehe einkaufen.
Okay, ich gehe einkaufen. Farouk?
Ich gehe einzukaufen.
Okay, ich gehe einzukaufen. Okay. So, Esha, you're right. Even though you didn't sound confident, ich gehe einkaufen. Okay, ich gehe einkaufen. So for Dennis, the reason why you don't use ich bin is that in German, that is, you need to start thinking in German, your thought process. So you don't use the word, I know in English you say, I am going, okay? But if you remember your A1, the conjugation, you just use the ich, you just use the subject,
and the verb, the conjugated verb. So ich gehe, okay, ich gehe einkaufen.
Okay, thank you.
So Farouk, your sentence is correct. Ich gehe einzukaufen. But here you'd need something like you'd need a noun. Okay. Ich gehe ich gehe zur Supermarkt, um einzukaufen.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need einzukaufen. Okay. Yeah, so you need like an object, another noun. You need an object. Objects are usually nouns, so you need an object where you are going to do your shopping. So I'm going to the supermarket to do shopping. Okay. Okay. Any question on that? Okay, then yeah, we will learn more about verbs. We learn about the perfect tense or other tenses, learn about group of nouns. So here under group of nouns, what you normally have is, like, for example, we have the verb, the noun kaufen, okay? For example, kaufen, which is to buy. But then you also have the word einkaufen, okay, which also comes from the same word. The root of the noun is kaufen. And then we have the word einkaufen, which is to buy, verkaufen, okay. Then you also have the word verkaufen, which also comes from the same word, kaufen. So we have einkaufen, to buy, verkaufen, which is to sell. So that is basically what you mean by group of nouns. So they all come from the same words, but they have either a prefix or a suffix, but the stem of the word is the same. Okay. Then we learn more about how to use the negation. Who can use the word nicht in a sentence? Dennis, you want to go first? Use the word nicht.
About which one?
Nicht.
Nicht.
Yeah.
Okay. Ich bin nicht gehen.
Ich bin nicht gehen. Okay. Isha?
Ich habe nicht.
Ich habe nicht. Okay. Farouk?
Ich will nicht mehr Sätze bauen.
Ich will nicht mehr Sätze bauen. Okay. Aha. Okay. So okay, that's correct. Esha, ich habe nicht. You either say ich habe nichts. So you either use nichts, the word nichts, which means nothing. I don't have anything. Or if you can't use the word nicht in that sentence, then you need to use a noun, okay, an object. So ich habe das nicht gehört. Okay, so I didn't hear that. Ich, like what Dennis was saying, ich gehe nicht. Okay, I'm not going. Okay, ich gehe nicht. So Dennis, it's ich gehe nicht. Okay, so not ich bin nicht gehen. Okay, so remember that. Ich gehe nicht, you only use the subject and then the verb, the conjugated verb. In your sentence, you've conjugated two verbs, the been and the, and you have two verbs, which is been and gain comes at the end, but you don't use, so you remove the been and instead of the been, use the word gain, which is the word that you conjugate. So ich gehe nicht. And then who can use the, and what is the difference between nicht, kein? Kein. If you want to say, I don't have any money. Okay, I don't have any money. How to say that? Wants to try? Farouk, you want to go first?
Ich habe kein Geld.
Okay, ich habe kein Geld. Esha? I don't have any money.
I will say the same as Farouk.
Which is?
Ich habe kein Geld.
Okay, ich habe kein Geld. Dave?
We can say du gibst kein Geld.
Okay, du gibst kein Geld. Okay. Okay, so here I don't have any money. I is ich. So Esha and Farouk, you are both correct. Yeah, ich habe kein Geld. Okay. So I don't have any money. You'd say ich habe kein Geld. But if you want to say I don't have the money, I don't have that kind of money, ich habe das Geld nicht. Okay, ich habe das Geld nicht. Okay. Yeah, so we have all these negation words. Of course, kein will change depending on which function it's performing in the sentence, whether it's an adjective. As your sentence become more longer and longer, as your sentence become longer and longer and more complex, then it can take the form of an adjective. Okay, so it depends on what role it will play in the sentence. Okay, and then we'll have the main and subordinate clauses. Okay, this is where we use the word because. I cannot come today because I have a lot of work to do. Or he cannot come, although he said he will come. So use the word because, although. We also have the word so that. Yeah, all these will form our main and the subordinate clauses. Then verbs, dative and accusative. Did you learn the we know about accusative?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, know about accusative. Yeah. Dennis, I know about accusative. You have heard of it?
Yeah.
Okay. And nominative?
Yeah, we know.
Okay. Stella was just joined us. No accusative.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So we all understand accusative. Is it something that is it a topic that you understood quite well, and so we don't need to go over it again? Okay, so Farouk, if someone was to ask you to explain to them what accusative is, what would you say?
Explain what it is.
Yeah, just a brief sentence. What is accusative?
Basically a case that involves a direct object. So the direct object is going to be in the accusative case.
Okay, thank you. So actually accusative is just a direct object. Okay, so whenever you're speaking about an object, whenever your sentence has an object, then the object can either be in the a direct object or indirect object. So indirect object is a dative case. Okay, so accusative is the same as your object being in the direct object case. Okay, and then we learn about subjunctive zwei. So far all our sentences have been the subjunctive eins, but we learn about subjunctive zwei. Then we learn about nouns, indicators of time. Okay, the nouns that indicate time and how to use this in a sentence. Then, okay, the casus also here is just the casus is the dative and the accusative, but then there are also verbs. Okay, so for these cases, for the dative and the accusative, they have verbs. There are verbs which only take the accusative, which only take the direct object, which is accusative, and the verbs which only take the dative case, which is a indirect object. And there are also prepositions which only use the accusative, and there are prepositions which only use the dative case. So we learn about all this. That's under the casus. And then we have also prepositions which we call vexed prepositionen. So they can either be used for the dative or they can take the accusative. Okay, so that will, when you're learning about the casus detail, that is, we learn about the verbs and the prepositions also under that. Okay. So that's these are basically going to be our main the things that we'll be focusing on. But of course, we learn everything else under that. So here the main topics under it's why you should be able to talk about your vacation, or your holiday. Should be able to tell someone about plan a holiday, talk about it. Should be able to talk about countries and nationalities. Should be able to talk about people, about animals, about living. Like that is a topic, like the garden, city. So for example, you should be able to talk more, not just say I live in Nairobi, but talk about the city itself. Okay, like talk about the streets, talk about the everyday life in Nairobi. Okay, so for example, like I would ask you, how do you find living in Nairobi? How is living in Nairobi? How is life in Nairobi? So then you should be able to talk about exactly where you live, how to get home, that is giving directions, the names of the streets, and the everyday life, the traffic in Nairobi, working in Nairobi, so you should just talk about the entire topic of living in Nairobi. And then here, healthy nutrition, that we talk about if someone was talk about the topic, like nutrition, that would come under food. So not just use the word SN, okay, but the topic here is basically food and health, okay? So what is healthy, what is not healthy, what is different types of food, how to cook prepare different types of food, what do you find healthy for you, what is not healthy for you, and just talk about food in general, okay? Names of spices, what are the different spices, results, zucker, so all this come will also come under health and nutrition. Then talk about national and international news. So basically what is happening in the country and internationally. So you should be able to talk about that and express that and express yourself. So for example, someone would ask you, okay, tell us about what is currently happening in the country, in your country. I mean, of course, it's not talk about that in depth, but you should be able to construct sentences about what is happening nationally and internationally. Okay, then also talk about the environment. So here, yeah, like we need to talk about the weather and the environment. You need to talk about animals, yeah, that may fall under the environment, but so just talk about everything to do with the environment, and then also talk about technology. What is a mobile phone in German? Anyone? Stella, what is a mobile phone in German?
Ein Handy.
Okay, yeah, that's handy. Okay, that's handy. Okay, that's a mobile phone. Okay, thank you. So yeah, and also with this we learn about verbs, the verbs that use certain nouns, and also prepositions that use with certain nouns. So here it's just basically also building our vocabulary, and also by building our vocabulary, we also talk about which prepositions we need to use. We talk about the grammar, which sentences, and you can use with how to construct certain sentences with different topics, just to build our vocabulary. So here, so we build our vocabulary, and then we widen our vocabulary under certain topics. Okay, so that instead of using the word each essay, how else can you say? Can you say that? Okay, and then so here the grammar will use indicators of space. Also, just to talk about group of nouns, we use adjectives. Who can tell us what an adjective is? An example of an adjective. Esha?
something that joins a sentence. Like aber.
Aber, okay. Dennis?
An adjective is it's a word to describe the state of a noun or the texture of a noun.
Okay, yeah. Okay, okay. An example? Either English or in German, yeah.
In English, yeah. In English, I can try in English.
Yeah.
That car is beautiful.
Okay. So
Yeah.
your adjective here
Beautiful.
is okay, beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Who was is beautiful auf Deutsch? Stella?
Yes.
Was ist beautiful auf Deutsch?
Na float up.
Okay. Anyone knows beautiful auf Deutsch?
Unataka niseme in Deutsch.
Yes. So,
Yeah, schon.
okay, yeah, schon.
Das ist schon.
Okay, das ist schon. Okay, so it's schon. Okay, danke. Okay, so Esha, the word aber is a conjunction. Okay, aber is a conjunction. So what you said, something that joins sentences, those are conjunctions. Okay, you have the und, aber, weil. Okay, yeah, so those are conjunctions. So an adjective is something that describes, tells us something, tells us more about a noun. Okay, and then okay, yeah, okay, bitte. And then adverb. This is an adverb. Farouk.
A word that tells more or gives more information about a verb, like langsam, langsamer.
Okay, langsamer, okay. Okay, danke. Yeah, das ist, du hast recht. Okay, so du hast recht. What is that in English?
You're right.
Okay, you are right. Okay, that's correct. Okay, so yeah, du hast recht means you are correct. Okay, okay, yeah, vielen Dank. So that's basically what we are going to learn more about. So anyone has any question on what we are going to cover? Okay. Okay, yeah, okay, then is there any topic in A1 that you'd like us to cover before we move on?
Yeah.
Any topic on A1? Yes, just Dennis?
Yes. Yes. Dealing on the dative and accusative.
So dative and accusative.
Accusative, yeah. That's
Okay.
stable on those two topics.
Okay. Stella, anything in A1 that you'd like us to revise?
Welche, and this is, I think.
Welche und okay. So welche Okay, so basically for this, okay, what I would say is this: the word is Welsh, okay, and this, because they take the ending of the noun. So the noun is a der, it will be dieser. If the noun is das, it will be dieses. So dieses Geld. Okay, dieses Geld. Say oder dieses Auto. So dieses Auto ist schön. Say diese Tür. Okay, diese Tür. So this door. I can say dieser Name. So dieser Name, this name. Okay, so the word this and Welsh just take the ending of the noun, the article. So if it's das, it will be Welsches. If it's die, it will be Welsche. If it's der, it will be Welscher. Okay, Welscher. So it will be Welsches Auto. Okay, Welsches Auto. So which car? Oder Welsches Fenster? Yeah, Welsches Fenster. So which window? Welche Tür? Welche Tür is which door? Then welcher Stück Kuchen? Okay, welcher Stück Kuchen? Was ist welcher Stück Kuchen? Can you translate that in English? Welcher Stück Kuchen? Faruk?
Was ist das? Wie bitte?
Welcher Stück Kuchen?
Auf Englisch, oder?
Ja, auf Englisch.
Which piece of cake?
Which piece of cake? Okay, okay, yeah, which piece of cake? Yeah, so the word Welsh and this, Welsh is which, this is this, but then they take the ending of the ending of the noun, the article of the noun. So if the noun is das, it will be Welches or dieses. If the noun is die, it will be Welche or diese. If the noun is der, it will be welcher oder dieser. Okay. Yeah. So that's basically in a nutshell how you would use the Welsh and the this. Okay. Yeah. So for the dative and the accusative, yeah, we'll learn more about this. Okay. Yeah, of course, some things we'll repeat, but also we learn them in detail. Yeah. Like for which prepositions are specific to the accusative case, which prepositions are accusative are specific to the dative case, and which verbs are specific to the dative case, and which verbs are specific to the accusative case, and how do you form sentences using the accusative and the dative. Yeah, so who can tell us preposition that is specific to an accusative case? Stella, you want to try? Give us a sentence in an accusative case. Anyone wants to try? Farouk?
Ich liebe dich.
Okay, ja, ich liebe dich. Okay, danke. Okay. Farouk, you want to go on? You want to give us a sentence in the accusative case?
Ich habe den Schrank.
Ich habe?
Den Schrank.
Okay, ich habe den Schrank. Okay. Esha?
Ich habe einen Hund.
Okay, ich habe einen Hund. Danke. Dennis?
Ich hasse dich.
Okay, ich hasse dich. Okay, vielen Dank. Okay. That we've all said, which are all correct. Yeah, you realize that it's pretty much simple that the object is we are talking to a direct object, okay? And if you had to use the word, if you had to use a preposition in your sentence, okay? You can give us a sentence with a preposition. Okay, so use the word fear in a sentence. Yeah, fear. Esha?
I wanted to say, okay, let me construct it first. And then we get
Okay.
back.
Okay. Stella? Dennis, you want to try?
Okay. Which word was it? Forgot again.
Fear. Yeah, fear.
Can you spell it, please?
It's on the screen.
Fewer.
Yeah.
Okay.
F. Yeah. F.
F.
U.
Okay. Ich habe Geld für dich.
Ja, ich habe Geld für dich. Mhm. Okay, danke. Faruk?
Für, using für.
Ja, wir lesen für.
Für mich ist das nicht wichtig.
Für mich, das ist nicht wichtig. Okay, vielen Dank. Ja, schnell.
Für meine Schwester ist sehr wichtig.
Für meinem oder meine?
Meinem.
Meinem. Okay, für meine Schwester ist das wichtig. Okay. You still use the word meine Schwester. Okay. Für meine Schwester, das ist wichtig. Das ist wichtig. So to still remain meine, yeah, meine Schwester. The accusative case, only the der changes. Okay, only the der changes. So it's mine. The das would still remain das. Der changes to den, and the d remains d. Okay. So it's only the accusative only in the only thing that changes in the accusative is a der, the masculine. Okay, so the masculine is on the, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What you're typing, the presentation.
Uh-huh.
You can see what you're typing. You can't see what you're typing.
Oh, you can't see it. Okay, is it too small or?
You can only see the presentation, but what you're typing.
Okay. Okay, then just give me a minute. Then let me just share the screen again. Yeah. Can you see now?
Yeah, we can see. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. So here under the accusative, das stays as das. And here there changes to den. Then d remains d. Like so. So here it's only the den that changes in the accusative. And one of the prepositions that always takes the accusative case is fewer. Okay, fewer. So that is immer mit accusative. So if you come across fewer it will always be written plus accusative. Okay. Which other word would you see there with the accusative? Who can tell us what dish means? Or who can pronounce for us this word? Stella?
Repeat, please.
Can you pronounce for us this word?
Dah.
Dennis?
Duash.
Dosh? Isa? Yeah, Isha?
Doish.
Okay. Duish? Farouk?
Durch.
Okay, yeah, Duish. Okay, so it's Duish. It's usually one of those difficult words in German to pronounce. Yeah, so it's Duish. Okay, Duish. Yeah. So, who can somebody give us a sentence using what does Duish means? Okay, through something. Okay, so it's through something. So, so was bedeutet dieser Satz? Okay. So, okay. Der Dieb kommt durch das Fenster. Was bedeutet dieser Satz? Der Dieb kommt durch das Fenster.
Guck mal, Marco.
Was ist der Dieb?
Auf English,
Ja, auf Englisch.
the thief comes through the
Yeah.
window.
The thief comes through the window. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. But also this is what you normally say, like the thief is coming through the window. Okay, the thief is coming through the window. So der Dieb is the thief. Durch das Fenster is through the window. And the dog is biting the man of Deutsch. The dog is biting the man of Deutsch.
Was ist to bite auf Deutsch?
Bissen.
Ist das regelmäßige oder unregelmäßige?
Das ist regelmäßige, ja.
Okay.
Ja, das ist regelmäßig, ja.
Also der Hund bißt den Mann.
Der Hund bißt den Mann, okay. Stella?
Der Hund bissen den Mann.
Okay, der Hund bissen den Mann. Isha?
Der Hund ist bissen der Mann.
Okay. Der Hund ist oder bissen?
Bissen.
Bissen, okay, der Hund bissen den Mann. Okay, danke. Dennis?
The word bit.
Yeah. You have the word, the dog is biting the man.
Okay.
The word bite.
The Hund bist
Okay, die Hund bist.
mein Arm.
Okay, mein Arm. Okay, the sentence is the man.
Or the man.
Yeah.
The Hund der Mann.
Okay, die Hund der Mann.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's der Hund. Okay, it's der Hund. Dann den Mann. Okay, den Mann. So der Hund bist den Mann. Bist. Okay, bist. Remember, man here, den Mann is in the third person. Okay, so the verb will end at T. Conjugation, okay? So then der Hund bist den Mann. Okay? Also hier, wenn wir sagen, der Mann ist den Hund, ja, das ist ein bisschen komisch. Ja? Das ist ein bisschen komisch. Das passiert nicht. Okay? So if you said, den Hund bist der Mann, okay? So here, the man is the one who is biting the dog. So which is yeah, das ist ein bisschen komisch. Das ist ganz komisch. So those are the that's how you need to be careful with how to use accusative and also how to use your conjugation. So please remember your conjugation, use that correctly, and also use the accusative, also use that correctly. And which other preposition uses it's usually in the accusative case?
Again.
Which other preposition is always in the accusative case?
Ohne.
Ohne. Ein Beispiel?
Zum Beispiel, ohne dich ist das Leben unmöglich.
Okay, ohne dich ist das Leben unmöglich. Okay, danke. Dann gegen. Was ist ohne? Auf Englisch, das ist without. Und gegen.
Against.
Okay, against. Danke. Ein Satz mit gegen. Ich ein Satz mit gegen.
Ich kann nicht gegen dich
Ich kann nicht gegen dich. Mhm. Ja, was kannst du nicht gegen mich? Etwas fehlt in deiner Satz. Ich kann nicht gegen dich. Ja, also das ist ein englischer Satz auf Deutsch oder in Deutsch. Okay, so that's an English sentence in German. And in English, you'd say, I can't go against you. But I'm not against you. That's just a typical sentence, English sentence translated into German. But that is what you call a Redewendung. In a Redewendung, it's a saying. Okay. And usually these sayings, you'd not translate them directly into German, and you not translate a German saying directly into English. So yes, that would be ich bin nicht. So that's how you say I'm not against you. Ich bin nicht dagegen. I'm not against that. You can give us a sentence with gegen, Stella.
Can try.
Yeah, Dennis.
Ich habe ich habe gegen ich gehe gegen dich.
Ich habe gegen dich.
Dich. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, ich habe gegen dich. What did you want to say in English?
I have to go through you. I have to go against you.
Okay. I have to go against you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So here, what you need to remember is the word against, the word gegen here is something next to something else. It's an object. Okay. Not yeah, it's an object. Let me say, for example, like leaning on something else. Okay. So for example, I'm leaning on the door. Okay. So it's not an objection. Like I'm objecting to something. I'm objecting to what you're saying. Yeah, so this is an object leaning on another object. So for example, the wall is leaning against the wall, or the man is leaning on the wall. So the man is against the wall. Yeah, so here this against is more like something is leaning on something else. Yeah, so it's not about it's not the word, it's not the definition of objecting to something, but it's an object leaning on something else. Okay, that is how you use it mostly. Ein Beispiel ist, die Regierung tut nichts gegen die Arbeitslosigkeit. Okay, so here, was ist dieser Satz auf Englisch? Was ist die Regierung? Stella, die Regierung?
No idea.
Faruk? No idea, okay. Faruk?
Keine Ahnung.
Keine Ahnung, okay. Besha?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so for now, let's practice to use the German that you know. No, I don't know is keine Ahnung, keine Idee. Okay, so we try and use as much German as we can. Okay, so keine Idee, keine Ahnung. Okay, Dennis, hast du eine Idee? Die Regierung? Das also,
Tut mir leid.
okay.
My internet haiko stable sana. Can you please repeat?
Was ist die Regierung? Hast du eine Idee? Die Regierung.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've just said that if you don't know it, you should try and use keine Idee oder keine Ahnung. Okay. So die Regierung here is the government. Okay, the government. So die Regierung tut nichts.
The government.
Okay, yeah, the government. Okay, so the government. Was ist Arbeitslosigkeit? Arbeitslosigkeit.
Joblessness.
Yeah, joblessness or unemployment. Okay. So, what do you think the sentence means? Die Regierung tut nichts gegen die Arbeitslosigkeit.
The government is doing nothing about unemployment.
Yeah, so the government is doing nothing about unemployment. Dennis, can you read for us the sentence? Okay.
Ja. Die Regierung tut nichts gegen die Arbeitslosigkeit.
Okay, Stella.
Yeah. Yeah, die Regierung tut nichts gegen die Arbeitslosigkeit.
Okay, danke. Isha?
Die Regierung tut nichts gegen die Arbeitslosigkeit.
Okay, Farouk?
Die Regierung tut nichts gegen die Arbeitslosigkeit.
Okay, vielen Dank. Okay, so die Regierung, okay, so Stella, Esha und Dennis, das ist die Regierung, okay, Regierung. So die Regierung tut nichts gegen die Arbeitslosigkeit. Okay, und dann, wir haben dieses Wort entlang. Okay, was ist entlang auf Englisch? Entlang auf Englisch. It's along. Okay, so wir haben hier den Fluss entlang stehen große alte Bäume. Was ist den Fluss?
River.
Ja? River? Okay,
River.
thank you. Ja, River. So den Fluss entlang stehen große alte Bäume. Was ist Bäume?
Trees.
Dennis, trees. Okay, thank you, Farouk. So große alte Bäume.
I can try. The river flows through the through the yeah
Okay, through the, okay.
road.
Okay, Esha, what is große alte Bäume?
Large old trees.
Okay, large old trees. Okay. Ja, so den Fluss entlang stehen große alte Bäume. Das ist dieser Satz auf Englisch.
The river stands along large old trees.
Okay. Farouk, what do you think the sentence, was ist dieser Satz auf Englisch? Was denkst du? Was ist deine Meinung?
I guess since the river is in accusative, I would say big old trees stand along the river.
Yeah, the big old trees, the large old trees stand along the river. So this is the one tricky thing that usually when using the entlang, you normally start with the accusative object. The sentence would start with the accusative object and entlang. And then the nominative object comes at the end of the sentence. Yeah. So unlike die Regierung tut nichts gegen die Arbeitslosigkeit, where indirect object comes second. So start with the, so here you normally start with the nominative object, and then the accusative object comes comes afterwards on the last position. Here, when you use the word entlang, the accusative object comes first, the first position, and then the nominative object comes afterwards. So always remember that when using the word entlang, okay, you start with the accusative object and then the nominative object, which is not how you normally use the other prepositions, where you'd start with the nominative object and then the accusative object. And then we still have another preposition. Okay, so we have like 1 minute. You can quickly construct for us a sentence using the word entlang. Beispiel mit entlang.
Which word have you said?
Entlang, along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eine Frage.
Du versuchst das?
Ich habe eine Frage.
Aha, ja, bitte.
Oder ein Beispiel.
Ja, ja.
Also,
Frage oder Beispiel?
Den Garten entlang spaziere ich gern.
Okay, ja, den Garten entlang spaziere ich gern. Okay, vielen Dank.
Oder
Ja.
so, also die Frage ist, ich kann nicht sagen, ich spaziere gern entlang den Garten. Ist das falsch?
Grammatisch oder Grammatik, ja, das ist falsch. Aber ich verstehe, was du sagst. Ja, Grammatik, das geht nicht. Aber ich verstehe, was du sagst.
Klar. Danke.
Ja, ja. Und auch du kannst mit entlang deinen Satz anfangen. So entlang den Garten spaziere ich gern.
Okay.
Ja,
Klar.
ja. Okay. Hier. Ja, aber normalerweise Team. So we have the language, we have the written language, which is the grammar, we have the spoken language, and we have the conversation language. So the written grammar, the written language needs to be grammatically correct. It's usually different from the spoken language. So the written grammar, there can be grammatically correct or not. It needs to make meaning. And then you have the everyday language, what you can call like the street language, but you use it in a normal everyday situation. So then the written will be den Fluss entlang stehen große alte Bäume, den Garten entlang spaziere ich gern. Ja, so, sorry, tut mir leid, das ist Bäume. Okay, das muss sein, ja, Bäume, nicht Bäume, Bäume. Ja, dann wir haben unsere letzte Präposition, die immer mit Akkusativ ist, das ist Okay, So hier ein Beispiel ist gehen. Okay, Stella, please read for us this sentence.
Gehen Sie das Haus herum.
Okay. Gehen Sie das Haus herum. Escha, bitte.
Gehen Sie Das Haus herum.
Gehen Sie das Haus herum. Yeah. Dennis, what do you think the sentence means?
I think you go at the house. You go at the house. You go around the house. Something like that.
Around the. Okay, you go around the house. Okay, done. Okay. Yeah. And so, gehen Sie das Haus herum. Der Eingang ist auf der Rückseite. Was ist der Eingang? Der Eingang. So der Eingang ist entrance. Okay. Entrance. Und was ist die Rückseite?
Backside in direct translation.
Yeah, backside. Yeah. So the entrance is at the back. Okay. The entrance is at the back. So gehen Sie das Haus herum. Der Eingang ist auf der Rückseite. So please go around the house. The entrance is at the back. Yeah. So please remember some of these phrases. Okay. Remember the words Rückseite. It's die Rückseite, but this is dative auf der Rückseite. Okay. So it changes to there. But we talk about dative in our next class. So der Eingang ist auf der Rückseite. So remember the word der Eingang, entrance. So if you had to say go around something, say gehen Sie zum Beispiel der Gebäude herum, so go around the building. So gehen Sie die Gebäude herum. Gehen Sie das Auto herum. So go around the car. So that's how you'd say go around something. Okay, so here you are, your object will change. But the sentence will stay the same. So gehen Sie Luke herum. Okay. And so these are the prepositions that normally takes the accusative case. They don't change. And so diese Präpositionen sind immer mit Akkusativ. Immer mit Akkusativ. Und dann es gibt in unserer nächsten Unterricht lernen wir die Präpositionen die immer mit Dativ sind. Dann lernen wir diese Wechselpräpositionen. Die können mit Akkusativ und auch die können mit Dativ. Diese lernen wir in unserer nächsten Unterricht. Gibt es Fragen? Hat jemand Fragen? Stella, hast du Fragen?
Can I be excused kidogo?
Okay.
Trying to figure out.
Okay, that's okay. Dennis, hast du Frage?
Put me a light. A light. My network is not good. Sina sumbua, so skip power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hast du Frage?
9.
9. Okay, keine Frage. Faruk, hast du Frage?
Vielleicht eine Frage.
Aha.
Du sagst, der Eingang ist auf der Rückseite.
Aha. Ja.
I think I would have said, der Eingang ist an der Rückseite.
Der Eingang ist an der Rückseite. Okay. Ich verstehe, was du meinst. Ich verstehe, was du meinst, aber hier Eingang, if you say an der Rückseite, it means it's lying on the back side. But here, an is when you place something on top of something else. So it's a an.
I thought that was auf.
Yeah, that is that. But auf here would mean it's at least on back side. It's not lying there. Someone has to place it there. Yeah, so it's there. I would need to look for a word to describe that. It's not lying on something,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
But the position, okay? You will find it there, okay?
I think
you get the picture.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah.
So for these, you see, for these prepositions,
Mhm.
I find myself sometimes I get mixed up between using auf or the aus or the an sometimes, depending on the context, of course.
Mhm. Yeah. Usually the auf and an are actually the most confusing prepositions when they use auf, when they use an, and for this, I mean, there's no like clear-cut difference between the auf and the an. It will just depend on the context.
Yeah, especially when
what you're saying.
Especially when we're not talking about like classical objects, like placing a book on a table. For example, like this situation where the object being Eingang, it's not really like a basic object, that you can place somewhere.
Yeah, like it's a tangible object.
Yeah, exactly, like a tangible object.
Yeah. Usually when using the an and the use an and then use auf becomes a little bit tricky. But the more you use these sentences, the more you listen to like German music, German news, the more you read, then it becomes a bit more clearer when to use them in a sentence, and when to use auf and when to use an. It just comes because it's not something that I can explain, like, okay, like the word für, it's clear cut when to use für, it's clear cut when to use ohne, but yeah, the word auf and an. Yeah, this just comes with more practice, and which you can also use, which also comes with, you know, listening or reading.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, Peter. Any other question from anyone? Okay, so if you don't have any question, yes, sorry about the yeah, that we began late. Yeah, there's just some technical issues here and there, yeah, which should not happen. Yeah, we'll sort that out. Yeah, so if you don't have any question, then we can end there for today, and then we pick it up next time in our next lesson. Okay.